Welcome to Chris's Wine Tastings. Today's the Puglia tasting, and we're doing two wines. One's from Paolo Petrilli, the other's from the Cantina of Sampietrana, and the one from Paolo Petrilli, this is one I drink first, the Agramante, okay? Agramante is a fantasy. I don't know what Agramante means actually, but it's 2015 vintage, which at the time was the greatest vintage he'd ever made. And he doesn't make this wine every year. It comes from Puglia. Now, Puglia, just to give you some idea, move that so you've got the map. It comes from this part of Puglia about here, which is just near Castello del Monte, a very famous fort built by Frederick II, or Redbeard. It was built by Redbeard. It's a sort of, it's a strange place. It's worth looking up. Just look up Castello del Monte. But the grape brand here is called Uva di Troia. And Uva di Troia is tart's red or tart's grape because it's named after Helen of Troy. I'm pretty sure it's not Greek, but it is unique to this area. So Puglia has Negro Maro in the south, Primitivo in the middle, and Nero di Troia in the north. And I would argue that Nero di Troia is the most underrated of them. Because if you look at the alcohol in this, it's only 12.5%. It's organically produced, it's vegan production, and Paolo only has one slope of vines. Its main production is tomatoes. He's probably the best tomato farmer in the world. It's bloody lovely wine. You'll notice the dock is Cace Mite di Lucera, which just means literally drink it, pick it, drink it, pour it, drink it, in local dialect. It's a bit of a bugger to pronounce. You'll notice on the other grapes, it's also got some Sangiovese and some Montepulciano, and on the back it says Bombino Bianco. It doesn't actually have any Bombino Bianco in it. It just requires the legal requirement to fit inside the DOC, the Cace Mite di Lucera, is that it must have Bombino in it. This doesn't. Anyway, fantastic wine, fully ready for fully mature for drinking. It's 7 years old. Delicious, very elegant, very pure. Paolo doesn't really like the hot weather. He likes it actually a bit cooler. He's a very odd Pugliese gentleman. He really likes the weather cooler. He wants to live in England and makes wine in Puglia, really. But the wine's fantastic. Hope you really enjoy it. It's got lots of awards for the Gambero Rosso and the slow food movement. Tiny, tiny production, and he hardly ever makes it. So it only really gets released every 2 or 3 years. Anyway, then we go to the Sampietrana Settebraccia. Settebraccia just means 7 arms. So it's just how the vine appears. And the vines in this part of Puglia are grown like little trees. So it's what they call bush train vines. And here you're right down in the south. So we're down here near Brindisi, and the town is called San Pietro. San Pietro is it's not the most beautiful town. And in the middle is the cantina, or the co-op. And this co-op only has 100 members. It's a very small co-op. They only actually bottle around 200,000 bottles. So it's quite a small production for a cooperative. But they're really interesting. They're very forward-looking. So everyone who works in the cooperative is also a member of it. So they supply grapes to their own business for the processing of it. And this wine is made from 2 grapes, Negro Maro and Susumaniello. And Susumaniello, very unusual, very rare, brings something really interesting to the wine. And round there, if you make a great wine, you have to put in the greatest bottle you can afford. So they put it in this crazy bottle here. The glass weighs 1.4 kilograms. You can't tell when it's open. It's insane. Anyway, 14.5% alcohol, perhaps, probably more. Incredibly rich and powerful. And really unique, actually. It's a fascinating wine. I'll be interested to see what you think. Much denser, darker flavour, whereas Paolo's going for a lighter, cleaner, if you like, more elegant wine. Whichever you prefer. Doesn't really matter, does it? This wine's only as good as you think it is. Okay, hope you enjoyed the tasting. Bye.